pushed, you're into it. Unless there is, sometimes you do something which you don't like, but that could be for survival. But after some time, you follow your heart and follow your passion, and eventually your job should make you feel elated and happy. And eventually that will give you the required growth, let it be financial, let it be in any other aspects. That I could say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you very best for your future.
Sir, Abhishek here, he's actually a practicer of what you are saying right now. He's in his intermediate first year, sir. He's had things in past where they wouldn't join him in school for whatever that he has. Ala akkad nunchi start ayi, now he's a full-fledged content creator who has 50,000 followers online.
He's a
full-fledged content creator.
Content creation.
So he's influencing people online. He has his own clothing brand.
Wow.
So he's proving to everybody that has rejected him.
So you followed so you should be the leading example. Instead of asking me, you should do this. Congrats, Abhishek. Wonderful.
Thanks.
You have 50,000 people who follow. Wow. Excellent. You must be 16, 17?
18, sir.
18, no. Wonderful.
Thanks.
So now these days, this content creation and all that has become very much fashionable and all that. But we remember, sir, in 2018, you have gone to that Vantada illegal mining area, and you yourself have shot that entire thing, and you have posted it. See it.
I used to do that.
So,
but then I never knew it was content creation, but I was just doing my job.
So you were always like that. As you have mentioned reading, sir, I would like to ask you to suggest 3 books, 3 movies that you want Gen Z to read to have that strong mind and all.
I'm a bit scared to suggest books. One is a Telugu book called Vibhuti Bhushan Bandopajaya. It is a Bengali translation. It's called Vanavasi. That will teach you a lot about conservation of nature. In the name of civilization, how do we destroy the culture? That's one book I would like to suggest you, Vanavasi. The other 2 books, you confine me because I read a lot. So, in terms, just I want to talk about economics, and I can suggest you read Thomas Sowell books. Thomas Sowell is an American economist. Somehow his thoughts resonate with us. I think one is any books of Thomas Sowell, right from basic economics to any social theories. I think that one writer quite interesting for me. So Thomas Sowell. And any books of Swami Vivekananda, which makes you a very strong individual, You don't, I think just off the hand, if to say that I'm able to recall these 3. 3 films you're talking about. I think I like any films which doesn't depress us. One film is all about the Italian film which won an Oscar award is Life is Beautiful. For me, when I see that film, it reminds me of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who was caught up in concentration camps and Jewish concentration camps. He was a very prominent psychologist in Vienna. And what made him? He went into concentration camps, very prominent guy. And to the extent he was pushed into a situation, he lost his wife. And he was forced to eat fingers of dead bodies. And he came out with, in that entire process, he didn't come out bitter and battered. He came out in a more constructive way, and he came out with a concept called logotherapy. No matter what happens in your life, the way you interpret makes all the difference. I think that's the crux of what he says. I think that one book, for multiple reasons, I like that book, Viktor Frankl's In Search of Meaning, I think, Life Search for Meaning, something like that. But that theme has reflected in the film called Life is Beautiful. The father really goes through a lot of more Like in any concentration camp, what a Jewish personality must have gone through those times. And how it does not make, he makes sure it does not impact his son, and how in the most toughest circumstances and dire consequences, he raises the hope of a future to his son. I think that really moved me, that film. Life is beautiful. And I like films of Akira Kurosawa. It's all about strength and courage. It's all about standing, especially Yojimbo, and these are the films which I like, that one particular film. And of course I like Sholay, Amitabh Bachchan and Dharmendra's. That's one of my favorite films. In Telugu I like a lot of films, but if you ask me to confine only for three, I'm able to say these three films.
సో ఒక విషయం ఏంటంటే, విజయవాడలో బుక్ ఫెస్ట్ జరగాలి, లైక్ ఇట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఇన్ హైదరాబాద్ అండ్ ఆల్. సో విజయవాడలో బుక్ ఫెస్ట్ అవ్వాలంటే దే వర్ గివెన్ ప్లేస్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ద సిటీ, బట్ దే అప్రోచ్డ్ సార్. సో సార్ మాట్లాడి విజయవాడ విత్ ఇన్ ద సిటీ ఆ బుక్ ఫెస్ట్ అయ్యేలా చేసి అదంతా వెళ్ళడం. తర్వాత మీరు విక్టర్ ఫ్రాంకిల్ బుక్ చెప్పారు కదా సార్, మ్యాన్స్ సర్వైవల్, అది మ్యాన్ సెర్చ్ ఫర్ మీనింగ్. సో ఆ బుక్ మీరు పట్టుకున్నారు సార్, ఆ తర్వాత అది అమెజాన్లో అవుట్ ఆఫ్ స్టాక్ అయిపోయింది.
One more book I would like to, which moved me, was Herman Hesse's Siddhartha. That's one great book. You have to read that.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. My question for you is, nowadays Gen Z has a lot of options in terms of education, food, clothes, anything really. So what is your advice in helping Gen Z decide how to choose from this variety of options, and how was your decision making when you were the Gen Z age around that?
I'm not the right person to answer that, because I'm quite greedy when it comes to, if you put me in a bookshop, I'm so greedy which one to select. In the same way, life has, for you, a lot of options are there, it's very difficult to choose. But now the issue is, before the choices were very slim. Now the choices are more for anything. The simplest thing what I would like to do is, don't get influenced by others. Sometimes what we like might not give us money, sometimes it might not give us recognition, but it makes us complete and fulfillment inside. So in the choices given, if you take up one task, if you make one choice, you have to do a lot of thought experiments. In the array of choices you have, normally what I would do is, if I have an abundant choice, I would do thought experiment. Okay, if I go this path, what will happen to me? I go till the end of it. If I go this path, if I make this choice, sometimes somewhere brain gets tired. Somewhere you feel scared. If I make this choice, I'll be scared. That is going to give me this result. So that's what I used to do. I used to slim my choices. In a given around 10, 15 or an array of choices are there, I would like to first slim where my heart is not there, I'll remove it. I like to pick up first, prioritize 5. In that I do my thought experiment. If I walk through this, if I hold on to this, if I make this decision, if I get into this, what would happen? So somewhere you feel it in your mind you cannot travel, you cannot see. Normally I would go back and I try the other one. So in the process, I think you will stick to one or two. I think that's what, for me, that's what I did for cinema. That's what I did for politics. For politics, I did this thought experiment for 10 years. I was doing cinema, but I was thinking about politics. If I make this decision, what would happen? Suddenly my heart used to race up. No, they would bump me off. If I may say this, they would do this to me. If I do this, okay, I'll be a failure. So all these, thought experiments will make you, when you have unlimited choices, cut down the size of it, select few, travel with that, once you travel, do some thought experiments, and then eventually I think it will settle in your body, it will settle in your mind. I think you will stick to one or two. I think that will give you the required thrust in your life, what you want, where you want it to go. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.